So I don't know whether you've ever felt this. I'm sure someone out there has. Ever since I was young, I always felt like a weird child. I was even told I was weird by some of my classmates. You're very weird, Simon. I was into weird and wacky things. This feeling progressed into high school. I felt like I didn't fit in. And as I got older, into my 20s, it still felt the same. I would look around and think, I can see what a normal life looks like, what normal people do for happiness, and I wanted none of it. I've always felt like I was born in the wrong time and place, or just something was wrong. I'd look around at people and think, they've got their life together. Look how happy they are. They've got it all figured out, all planned. I've never felt that way. No matter what I've achieved, physically, financially, in a relationship, anything, I've always had this nagging feeling, something's not right. I'm not doing life right. And you look at everyone else and you think, they've got it together, they've figured it out. But to be honest, you know what? The more people I speak to over the years, the more everyone's feeling this. Well, I shouldn't say everyone. A lot of people are feeling this. We're all walking around thinking others have got it together. We're trying to put on a good act like we've got it together, but no one really knows what to do. No one's got an instruction manual for life. Well, if there was, I didn't get one. And the most valuable thing I found in my life was spiritual teachings. This has been the end to my suffering. Because what you'll find in spiritual teachings, or religion, if followed correctly, is the issue isn't not getting what you want in this life. The issue is desiring in the first place. The greatest insight I've found from Buddhism and Advaita Vedanta is your mind's default state is this: peace, happiness. That's your default state. Whenever you desire something, there's a contraction, an irritation of the mind, which stays there until you get that thing. Once you get it, it relaxes again until the next desire comes for the same thing or something else. Then it relaxes. Your whole life has been desire, release of desire, desire, release of the desire. This is all your mind is doing. Different things, different scenarios, that's all it's doing. And what happens when you have desires and they're not fulfilled? They turn into bitterness and resentment, and you throw them in the back. A lot of people get old and have so much bitterness and resentment for this life because all the things they couldn't have achieved or couldn't have got. This is why desiring is a recipe for disaster. And I personally have found so much peace and happiness realizing this fact. When all your desires slowly turn to preferences. We all prefer to have a good life. Money, great relationships, great friendships. But how many people have that really? And for me, honestly, when I look around, it seems like everyone's got their life together. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's got it together. But like I said, I've spoken to so many people, and a lot of people don't have it together. This is all an appearance. So many people are in suffering. So many people are lonely. So many people don't know what to do in life. And I honestly feel, maybe because I'm biased, the decline of religion in the West has brought about more mental health. Now, religion has its own set of problems. So much scandal and problems, but the cause of religion, if followed correctly, are meant to bring you peace and happiness. It's meant to make you strive for something greater than yourself, and that's what we're all seeking. In the teachings of Advaita Vedanta, non-duality, it is said, there is the one self appearing separate. The fabric of you and all reality is one and the same. Just like in a dream. In a dream, the one undivided mind splits itself up into a dream subject interacting in a dream world. It appears separate, but it never is. Once you understand these teachings, all this love in your heart, all this feeling of separation breaks apart, and all that love can be poured into the rest of reality, which in essence is you. That's what your ego is really seeking. But our ego doesn't know this. Our true self is love. Our true self is limitless. The ego covers this fact up, and then this ego tries to seek happiness and fulfillment in people, places, objects. But it's never going to fulfill you. Because again, what happens? The desire is formed, you get the desire, you're at peace. The desire is formed, you get the desire, you're at peace. Constant treadmill. So what's the ultimate end of this? Turning your desires into preferences. How do you do that? Spiritual practice, spiritual knowledge. And you're not just going to watch this video and go do that, are you? I know what you're going to do. You're going to think, nah, I've still got things I want in the world, and I encourage you to chase them. Keep chasing this world until it lets you down. Keep chasing this world until you feel unfulfilled. And when you get that sense that this world won't give you happiness, then you'll understand what I'm saying. We're all on a spiritual path ultimately. The first step to that path is trying to seek happiness in the world. So go for it. But at a certain point, you realize something's missing. Something's not right. And then you'll start seeking it within. That's what I found. And I'd just like to round off this video with saying, if you feel weird, lost, lonely, you don't feel like you've got life in order, you're not alone. Like I said, I used to be fooled by appearances. I used to look at people and think they've got their life sorted. I used to see couples and think they're very happy. What could be wrong with them? Until you start hearing stories. There's issues at home. They haven't got it together. We're all putting on this mask of happiness. I'm not saying everyone's miserable, but I'm saying for the most part, most people feel empty. Most people don't have lasting happiness. And all we see is the occasional bursts of happiness. All we see is their Facebook feed of all the happy moments. And then we think, why aren't I that happy all the time? It's all an illusion, guys. But there is a way out of this. If you want lasting peace and happiness, okay, yep, look for it in the world. Go at it. If you find it, you are so lucky. But if you don't, the answer's inwards, guys. Realizing your true self, or devoting yourself to a higher power. Devotion, surrender, humbling the ego is what we need. This ego is masking your true self, covering all your happiness. All spiritual practice is doing is weakening the ego so your true self can shine through, so all your happiness can shine through. Then you can move around this life in a state of having preferences, not desires. Moving through this life in a state of flow with the rest of nature. That's what you're missing. You're not in the flow of life. Everything else in life is giving. The sun freely gives its heat and light. Rain clouds give its rain. Plants and trees give us fruits. Animals sacrifice their lives. Everything's in the cycle of giving, service. And once you get into that flow, it'll all feel right. You'll feel what you feel is missing right now. Incompleteness. No fulfillment, no satisfaction. But again, I like to say, you probably won't believe me if you really think this world will give you happiness, so go at it, like I said, and come back to this video if it doesn't work for you. In any case, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, eh?